Welcome to another awesome episode of the Fear the Hive 1155 podcast, episode 52. There 52. We go.
52.
So going from my left to right or right to left, you got Steven, then you have moi, and you have Jason. Rocking that awesome Black Panther shirt. Dang, Steve, you got to step your game up, bro.
Oh man, come on! That's how we're gonna start today.
Hey! The powers of the Black Panther have been stripped away.
Yeah.
Yo, you killing me.
You know what? I gotta go watch that movie again for like the 500th, 600th time.
I'm pretty sure it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, it's definitely on Disney Plus.
The question is, how many times can we watch this movie before we go? We're sick of this movie.
Never.
Never.
I don't think I could ever do that.
Are you guys excited about the third one in 26?
Why can't they have it in 2025?
I'll be excited when I think I sent that to the wrong group.
When pigs fly.
I'll be excited when I find out what the subject matter is.
Well, it's gonna be about T'Challa's son.
Yeah, but the screenplay means a lot. Like, I'm not gonna be excited just because it's the Black Panther movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I found out that Namor was the villain in the last one, I was like, okay, yes. But I mean, I don't know.
I will say, overall the movie was good. I was expecting a little bit more, but it was good for what it was.
What more were you expecting?
I don't know. Like, because the tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman. And
yes.
Part of me assumed that he may have filmed some scenes where we would see him. And so I guess I don't know. Part of me was expecting more, I guess.
He was working on way too many projects to extra shooting.
And he was way too sick to shoot. I think the last action movie he did was 16 Bridges?
Yes, which was amazing.
Yeah. Then when the last movie shot, it was the last action movie shot. The last movie shot, I believe, was Ma Rainey Black Bottom, if I remember that correctly. And that he was good in that too. So, but I mean, I feel you.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of pretty good topics today. Man, Western North Carolina is still reeling from Helene. I think they're finally getting some money, some aid, and some things to finally help. The bridge or the roadway that connects Western North Carolina to Tennessee, they say it'll be back up in 2025. So if you're going from North Carolina to Tennessee, you got to find an alternate route. The traditional route is gone.
Additional context, I think I-26 is the only road into Asheville at the moment, and that's just Asheville. The other surrounding areas, they really don't. There's not a major roadway going into Appalachia, right? Mm-hmm. And if you 26 is coming from, I think it's Greenville is where the 2685 interchange is, going north, and it'll take you into Asheville. That's the only roadway. If you come 40, if you try to come 40, no dice at all. So thoughts and prayers definitely out to them. Thoughts, prayers, donations, right? Because if you can donate to smaller and local organizations that are on the ground, or churches that are physically taking things, or companies like my company Rack Room, we donated canned goods and water and a whole bunch of stuff. We sent it last week. If you can, definitely do. But it's bad.
What was it? It's weird to put this in context, but like they were comparing Katrina to Helene, and they said this was far more damaging than Katrina. And I don't know, part of me doesn't feel that way, but I guess because of the media coverage and like for Katrina, this was like the first time that like something like this has happened. So they put so much media coverage on it. So Katrina felt bigger. There's probably Helene probably did more damage, but Katrina felt bigger as far as impact.
So if you look into what happened in Appalachia, I'm not gonna say it's bigger than Katrina. Let's be real. Katrina was it was the one, right?
Yeah.
It was the one. And I get it. It's white people in Appalachian country. So people say, oh my God, it's bigger than Katrina. It was not. It did not cause as much damage to personal property. However, it has damaged as much, if not more, than to public property, right? We start talking about the road and the infrastructure that was damaged with Helene. It when the water started to recede in Katrina, there were still stuff there, right? It was bad, but there was still stuff there. There were houses that were going, but there were still like roads and stuff, right?
Yeah.
You could still get in Appalachia. People don't understand. If you I-40 and the other surrounding areas, like I-40 is a main vein, it's a heavily traveled highway. You can't get in via the way to get in.
Yeah. They're they're rerouting people from 40 to 77 to 85.
Yeah. You can't. Atlanta is now the hub, which is 4 hours south of like 40 going through Tennessee, right?
Yep.
And so you're putting a strain on the other major interstate roadways as well. But dude, the road, it will be back up in 2025, but that's just the road. They're talking about some areas it's going to be another couple of weeks before they get power.
Yeah. There's still a lot of people without power.
Wait for it. They're talking about another 6 weeks for water.
Yeah.
Think about that. For water.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know about you, I have not lived more than a day without water.
Yeah, no.
It's horrible. You feel bad for people. Not to mention the fact that nobody in the hills has flood insurance. 0.3% of people that lived.
That's because it wasn't supposed to happen.
In the mountain areas. Well, if you look at the history, it's happened before. But no, it wasn't supposed to happen. 0.3% have flood insurance. So when we start talking about people and what they've lost, we have to understand that if the government doesn't make these people whole or help them start again, like this is the reason that FEMA exists, right? We saw it happen in New Orleans, we saw it happen in other places, but New Orleans was the biggest catastrophe that was preventable. This was not preventable. And might I add, found out this past week, since the last time we talked, that before Helene hit, they had like 18 inches worth of rain, like the week before. So it wasn't like it was just dry and Helene hit and there was mudslides.
Yeah.
It was already saturated and wet, which is why it's such a big deal. You know what I mean?
Well, and then to add insult to injuries for Florida, especially, Hurricane Milton's getting ready to come through. And that's supposed to be a doozy. You know, all prayers go up to, what they're facing that right now. They've got people evacuating.
Have you seen the videos of people evacuating on I-75?
You mean the parking lot I-75?
Parking lot,
parking. What, dude? And here's the sad part. If you look at the heat map, the electricity heat map for Florida and Georgia and South Carolina, the very place where people are evacuating through may or may not have power. So let's say, for instance, you're in Tampa and you're trying to get to Atlanta and you fill up in Tampa, right? Halfway through, you thinking you're gonna have to get some more gas. Halfway through, they may not have power to get you gas. Like this is the compounding effort, the compounding result of extreme weather.
Yeah.
So, and have you seen any of the coverage around Helene itself?
Oh yeah.
I mean, everybody's heard it's now a Category 5. Most people don't have a frame of reference for what that means, right? Category 3, shingles start coming out of your house, your door starts to shake, right? Your house may or may not stand. Category 4, no matter what you put on your door will be pushed in. Half of the shingles in your roof are off. Category 5, no shingles remain. Doors and windows are useless. Useless. And just to be clear, I was on Twitter yesterday. I sent it to a couple of friends of mine, right? There is a weatherman out of Florida giving weather reports. Like he does this on his page constantly. And so he pulled NOAA, which Project 25 is trying to get rid of. He pulled in NOAA data. This storm is the fourth strongest storm ever recorded. When we say ever, we're talking about since like 1900.
Yeah,
not to hit landfall. Ever recorded, the fourth strongest.
Yeah, and apparently, look how small this eye is. They say it's like the eye of the storm is like 3.8 miles wide.
Yeah,
and when it gets here, it will go down to category 4, but then hit and then kind of really slow down and become. But I mean, like, look at this. All this red is it's bad. Red is bad.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way. And look how much of Florida will be engulfed in red.
And what makes it even worse is once it hits land, it just slows down and just starts dumping water.
Exactly.
Like crazy.
I mean, you got people, it's going through Orlando, Tampa is going to be hit pretty hard. Orlando is going to be hit pretty hard. And this is between Thursday and between 10 and 5 p.m.
So here's another thing to consider, right?
All day.
We're looking at red and we're talking about rain. I'm much less concerned about rain than I am the power of the storm, because the power of the storm dictates the size of the flood surge.
Correct.
Okay?
Yeah. Right. So here's the rain and thunder.
Flood surge is the amount of water, the height of the water that is expected to be pushed from the Gulf onto land.
Ooh.
Right.
And yeah. So with that, I'm looking at the waves here. We're like in 20 feet to 30 foot territory.
Well, okay. So the last yesterday they were talking about 15 feet, right? They've never seen a flood surge more than 15 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're hoping that it reduces in power so that when it hits, it's still in the 15 to 20 foot range. But be clear, Hurricane Ian, like 4 years ago, was 15 to 20, was 12 to 15 feet in Fort Myers. You want to know what that looks like? Just Google Fort Myers. There were houses that were covered in water. Right? We're talking literally 12. And what makes it even sadder, it's projected to hit Tampa Bay. What you may or may not understand is there is a cove called Tampa Bay. That's why the Buccaneers are called Tampa Bay. It already has water in it.
It's a container with water already.
It's a container with water in it. So if you're in Florida, please be careful. If you can leave, please leave. If you can't leave, find a shelter. If you don't have transportation, the governor has already partnered with Uber to provide free rides to shelters and hotels. Like, protect yourself. Find someplace safe, not your house. Your house is not safe. It's not. You put boards on it, still not safe.
Nope.
Find some place that is safe where you can ride out the storm. If you can't make it out, if you can make it out, please leave. Please. Like I have a friend that lives in Tampa, and she was like, I'm not leaving. We have a plan and yada, yada, yada. Please stop calling me and texting me. It's making the anxiety even worse. That was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Today she was like, me and my dog were leaving. And she's lived in Florida for 10 years.
I'm glad she heat water.
I'm glad she did too. I mean,
I have family that live in Orlando, and I actually talked to them this afternoon.
Yeah.
They're just going to ride it out.
Where are they?
Orlando,
much more inland. And so you're hoping they're not going to get any storm surge, but you're hoping that we're hoping that the wind has died down by the time it gets there. It should be like a category 1 by the time it gets there.
What my aunt said, they're hoping to see which way the direction of the wind coming to the house.
So yeah, dude, hoping people remain safe, hope people make the best decisions possible for them, hoping people ask for help and receive help.
Oh, for sure.
What's going to be sad is the amount of people that are going to be stuck in that parking lot of a highway while the storm is happening.
Yeah, that's what I'm most afraid of for this, because it's not being stuck on a highway is not good. And I mean, everybody's already panicking tensions are running high. It's a disaster. It's a breeding grounds for disaster.
Well, here's my question: where's the coordinated effort? And I don't know because I haven't checked in the last 8 hours. Right? In my mind, what should be happening is the highways should be going north, both sides of them.
Yeah.
Right? For an extended period of time, or extended distance, so that you can facilitate the number of people, so that you don't have people stuck on the highway. Right?
Yep.
These are all things that should be a part of a federal and a state response to a disaster. Right? And maybe it is. Maybe they've done that recently. The last thing that I saw, which was from this morning, which was taken last night, that had not happened. We had 4 lanes worth of people going north and 4 lanes of people coming south. And the south had maybe 10 cars on it, and the north had 20,000 cars on it.
And the worst part about it is, if you've ever driven on I-95 in Florida, you know that the water, like the ocean, is only less than like maybe even 2 miles away. It's right there. So you're gonna have even more of an issue if that storm surge gets up there, and a lot of cars are gonna get washed out.
A lot of everything's going to get washed out.
Yeah.
I remember listening to Governor DeSantis say that they were requesting additional assistance so that they could remove the debris from the road, right? Because you got to remember, they just went through this, just on a far lower scale, and so you've got debris lining the roadways that becomes projectiles in the midst of a hurricane, or projectiles as water like pushes onto the shore.
Yep.
Somebody owes Al Gore an apology.
Big time.
Climate change isn't a thing. That's why part of me was really pissed off when I heard during the last administration, when Trump was in there, he pulled away from the climate accords or something. It's like, are you serious? Like, what is your problem? Like, no, we don't pull out of that ever. If you're part of it, you should stay in it. It's a problem.
20 years ago, if you've never seen An Inconvenient Truth, you need to watch it. 20 years ago, Al Gore, after he lost the election, 4 years after he lost the election, one of his primary issues, which would be climate, he took 4 years, got with scientists, did the research. He went to Japan, he went to China, he went to Japan, he went to Norway, he went to the polar ice caps. He did all this stuff, gathered all this footage, got all these interviews. He put together a movie explaining what global warming / climate change is, and what the effects were going to look like, and what we are to expect going forward if we don't change how we think and how we act, right? Ever since then, they called it a lie. They called it fake news. They called it bad science. They're saying that the scientific community did not have a consensus around it. And since then, the Republican Party as a whole, generally in the southern states, have decided to make it an issue that they run on, and making an issue to vilify as if it were not really happening. So over the last 20 years, there's been steady opposition to climate change. One of the things, because I watched it again today just to make sure, and one of the things that he said that it shows in the movie is that the increase in temperature and at the polar ice caps, and the increase in temperature in the surrounding waters around the United States, warming 1 to 2 degrees, would cause the intensity of storms, the frequency of hurricanes, and the intensity of them to multiply. And every red state down south that had senators and representatives that have consistently voted against doing what was necessary for climate change is feeling the brunt of it right now.
Yeah, and then you got a governor who, refuses money from the federal government to actually help.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make sense. You are in pretty much every hurricane that happens that starts in the Gulf goes through Florida. Has to go through Florida. You should be taking money like on the regular at this point, just to keep everything, just have enough money to dole out to people that that gets displaced, roads get torn up, cleanup efforts, help rebuild cities. Like it should just be a thing.
I mean, it's a philosophy issue, man. I was explaining, like, there is a philosophy that they don't want big government, and so they want to remove government and the mechanisms of government, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to do that, they've chosen to defund it, like to reduce taxes going into the government, to reduce the size of government. And by doing so, it reduces the ability of the federal government to respond to the needs of its constituents, which would be all of us. And it's going to have damning effects, horrible effects. We're seeing it in the mountains right now. People talking about government. FEMA only sent me $750. First of all, you're stupid. Yes, they sent you $750. That is the emergency needs for food and for water. People think that's all they're going to be sent. No, there's a process. And if you guys had paid attention in civics or read anything other than Fox News, you would understand that FEMA has a process, and they have upwards of 200 grants that are all designed to make you partially whole in the event of an emergency. Many of those grants have payouts up to $42,000, and you can qualify for multiple grants.
Partially whole's an oxymoron.
Well, I mean, you know, I do that from time to time. Wait a minute. Look, is Dominic on the board with a big word for today?
Oh my God. But it's like, yeah, we're going to make you partially whole. It's like partially whole. Like that. They're opposites. They're not, you can't.
I mean, it sounds better than we're going to give you some cash, but not all of it.
Oh, I mean, at least it's true.
Realistically, $750. What's that going to get you?
Well, that's $750 per person, so it doesn't even matter like whether it's like if it's a 5-family household, that's $750 per person.
Even little Timmy getting $750?
Yes.
Yeah. Like this is immediate emergency. You apply for it, you get it in 24 hours, right? It drops into your account. You can use it for whatever you need to use it for. It's meant to tide you over until you can apply for the other things that are necessary. So say, for instance, you got to move, you got to go find a place to stay, hotel, and etc. There's another grant specifically for that, right? Let's say, for instance, you have flood insurance, but the deductible is $5,000. There's a grant that FEMA has specifically for that. You apply for it, you send them your insurance information, they give you the money to pay for the deductible so that the insurance company can do what it needs to do. Like, it's there. If people stop acting like the government is a bad thing.
Right.
So,
and for those wondering, An Inconvenience Truth is on Prime Video for free.
It sure is.
Apparently, they won 2 Oscars.
It's a great dude. It's when you look back on it, because it's 20 years old now. It released in 2005. It was filmed like 2 years before that, 2006. All right, so it's 18 years old.
It's also in the book too.
Everything that he has said was going to happen is happening. And so we got to hope that the rest of what he said is wrong. Because if it's not, then, you know.
I'll put it like this. If he didn't get that wrong, I'm not saying the whole thing is completely right, but he's probably onto something.
Well, I mean, the scientific community has a consensus around it. I mean, when have you known 2,500 scientists to agree on anything?
Science in and of itself is flawed because, I mean, they only believe what they can prove at that moment in time.
There is a sequel to the movie as well.
It is.
An inconvenient sequel, Truth to Power.
It talks about the interests that we're fighting against the movement of climate change.
Yeah.
Right. And the vested interest in not changing the way that we do society for the betterment of society. It's like people are willing to sacrifice the earth, the way that our seasons are, the way that, you know, we live for money. Like, they don't care. They don't care at all.
No. Well, because they're only worried about the right now. How does this affect me immediately? If it doesn't affect me immediately, I don't care.
Yeah. And they feel like they're going to be rich enough to leave. But they ain't planning on being here.
Yo, I knew something was weird when I logged in. What was it? I logged into my bank, and they were like, "Were you affected? You're in an area that was affected by Helene." I was like, "Okay." Especially like when I made my Apple Card payment, they're like, Are you having a hardship? You're in an area that Helene has been through. Would you like to like postpone your payments for like a couple months?" I was like,
"Don't do it. Don't do it."
Okay, so all right. So here's the thing. If you do that, what they're saying is they're going to stop the process of interest being applied. But if you're smart, you do it and you wait like a week or two. Like you postpone it for like 3 months. You wait like a week or two. Send that payment anyway, baby.
Yeah.
Reduce the principal balance while you're not getting charged interest.
Like, yes.
That's exactly what I told Honda. You've been affected. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Go ahead, take these
deeply distraught
right now.
I am so deeply distraught.
Yeah. Your principal is much lower. It sure is. You paid 2 months ahead. I sure did. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at God.
Look at God.
Look at that.
Won't he do it?
Won't he
do it? Won't he do it?
On time, every time.
60 payments just went down to 55. I'm good. Let's go. Let's go.
By the time I actually owe y'all, I'll be done with that loan. Forget y'all.
Right.
Yo. Yes. You saved thousands of dollars in interest. I sure did. Oh man. Okay, I feel like laughing. You ready to laugh?
Oh, I'm always ready to laugh.
Did anybody see that interview on? You see any parts of the Kamala Harris 60 Minutes interview?
No, I didn't.
Okay, go watch it on your own. But here's the soundbite of the day. Your boy asked Kamala Harris. He was like, "Yo, so in the debate you said you had a firearm. Like, what kind do you have? And do you shoot it?" She was like, "Yeah, I got a Glock." And yes, I shoot it. He was like, "Really?" She was like, "Look," and she called us and she's like, "I'm a part of the law enforcement community. Yes, and yes, sure. I have." But when she first responded to it, she responded to it like, "You think I don't keep that blick on me? You don't know. You don't know. Us Jamaicans, we don't play, man." No.
It was probably sitting in her purse that her bodyguard was carrying. Like, bring it here.
She's gonna be the first president to shoot a Secret Service agent that's pulled out a line.
Yo, that'd be crazy. Imagine she actually carried like on her person, like yeah, keep it on me. Like, crazy. I'm like, yo.
Now here's a valid question though. Can a president carry their own firearm?
No, really? They cannot. They cannot.
Is it because of all the locations they're able to go?
They cannot carry. They cannot carry.
Now, see, that's a little.
But the Secret Service can carry.
Oh yeah, Secret Service is always carrying. They stay strapped.
Okay, so this is where we have these. This is weird because the Secret Service can carry anywhere. The president can't carry. The president, well, if I was to get a job in the government, I need security clearance. The president does not need security clearance.
No.
This is weird.
The president is given a security clearance.
But are they vetted like everybody else?
By the time you get to the president, it doesn't matter. When you are the president, you have the top security clearance.
See?
No, I'm not even trying to.
It doesn't matter.
It's different.
I'm not even. What? Why are you laughing? When
joke.
Trump became president, they tried to vet him. The report came back. We can't vet this nigga, but they gave him the security clearance anyway. They were like, "He the president. He got to do presidential stuff." So they gave him the security clearance anyway.
So
same thing with his daughter, and with Jared Kushner. They submitted the forms. First of all, his daughter and Jared lied on the forms, right? You lie on the forms, you're supposed to go to jail. They lied on the forms.
Right.
Then they did the background check, and the background check came back. We can't clear them. Trump was like, they were put in the White House, and they was like, all right.
See, this is the inconsistency I'm talking about. Like, you can't. No.
Let me ask.
If it doesn't matter, just say that.
Let me ask a question real quick. Everybody else around the president can carry, correct? Conceal. Let's be specific.
Just Secret Service. Just Secret Service. But go ahead.
Okay, just the Secret Service.
Yeah.
Which is not a branch of military, correct?
Right. They're Treasury, actually.
Yeah, they are.
They're part of the Treasury.
How does that? Never mind. Anyway,
We don't know. Don't know.
Anyway,
I would sleep that day in civics. Go on.
the Secret Service can carry anywhere in the world where the president is. Correct.
Yes.
They report to said president.
Yes.
Then why he can't carry? The United States military, all
in the
armed
Constitution.
forces, report to the president. They can carry all over the world where they're at, obviously while they're on duty.
Mm-hmm.
The president himself can't carry.
Nope.
I can't carry a little 380, a little 22,
A little.
I mean,
pew.
a little pew, the little wallet thing. You come
Just
on.
in case. Just
You
in
don't
case
need-
just in case all the Secret Service guys you would get knocked out or shot
You
or
don't
whatever.
need to.
I can't
gotta
even have a
defend
pocket
myself.
knife. Come on,
What
A
you need a
butter
pocket
knife.
knife for?
for myself. At the end
You
of the
the-
day, I'm still
Jason,
a man. At the end of the day,
Jason, if you could take your finger, point it at someone, and be like, "Bow," and it happened, would you carry?
absolutely. Supposed to be
I
that
wouldn't.
one day I needed to go bow, and it doesn't go bow.
Where do you think? Where do you think the president goes that the Secret Service isn't?
The toilet, I would hope.
No, they in there too.
No,
No, they in there. They in there too.
no.
Stop.
No.
No, that's about the only the toilet in the bedroom, the toilet in the residence. What?
I mean, if I'm in my residence,
Right.
I would like
Nah.
to carry.
You don't. I mean, I get you would probably like to drive too, but guess what else presidents can't do?
Yeah, that's a dumb rule. For some presidents, it's a dumb rule. I wouldn't trust Uncle Joe behind the wheel.
Look. So here's the funny
Right.
part. To hear presidents tell it, once you become president, like from the day you become president,
Mhm.
there's a likelihood that you'll never drive again.
You can't.
It's true.
No, I mean,
you
like
become a liability.
anywhere, ever.
Yeah, I know you can't. Look at what's his name? W.
Barack. Oh,
Baby
yeah.
Bush.
Yeah.
He bought land and built a road on his own land just so he can drive, which is
just
sad.
to know just to know what it feels like again.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. That would be a barrier to me being president. They'd be like, Steve, we want you to be president. I was like, can I drive? They'd be like, nope. Like, nah, I'm not gonna take the job.
which
I'm not
is
gonna take the job.
stupid. Which is
Can I,
stupid.
like,
You're
can I
the
be VP
leader.
and still drive?
Can the VP still drive? Or
Probably
no?
not.
No.
Yeah, probably not.
It's
No.
stupid. It's a stupid rule.
Well, okay. What about members of the cabinet?
Members of the cabinet, yes.
That's weak.
That's stupid. Like it's a pointless rule. I'm the
No.
former or current leader of the free world, the
And
biggest country, quote
And?
unquote, in the world, and can I stop my own car? No, man.
no, you want to know why? Because they don't want it to blow up. There's lots of reasons why. I mean,
Yeah, but I just send somebody out there to, just work on, check my car every
It's
time I decide to drive it.
2024 remote start.
there are
Or
things that you
Tesla.
have to
It's always
sacrifice. There are
running.
things that are sacrificed for the presidency.
Clearly.
That's one of them. That's one of them.
But they still got to pay taxes.
I don't know.
I'm pretty
don't
sure
know.
they do. I'm pretty sure they do. Because they get their
I know-
salary until they die.
Well,
I know they have to pay for the food that they eat in the White House. I don't know if they have to pay their taxes.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it kind of is.
presidents receive a salary currently set at $400K, along with other allowances, benefits such as $50K annual expense account. Really? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
$100K non-taxable travel account and $19K entertainment account.
Hey man, why are we pocket watching, man? Why are we
Well,
pocket watching?
Where you
first
think they
off,
get the money from is our taxes.
right.
That's where they get all the money from.
So let's see how
I'm
we paying our employee. I mean,
They are subject to taxation except for certain allowances like travel reimbursements used for
Mm-mm.
official purposes, which is the highest cost of stuff. Yeah, so they do file a
Pay out
tax
for
return.
Kamala Harris for the rest of her life. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. And I'm so glad because her hair be looking immaculate, and I hope it stay that way. I'm serious. I want her to have the best in-house
Oh, man.
stylist.
Right?
I'm serious.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jason, what's wrong, man? What did I say?
Out of all things, you want the stylist to be legit.
Yo,
I don't want her to wake up and be on camera and we be looking at her like, that she didn't brush her hair right. No, I want
imagine Barack Obama, when he won, he called up the barber was like, yo, I just won. You're my, like, imagine cutting the president's hair.
Hey, be like your boy, be like Black Panther when Captain America was in Wakanda. Get this man a shield. Get this man some clippers. Let's go. Let's go.
Like, how nervous
we got a press conference. Get my man up here. We gotta get this straight.
Like, as a barber, that's like the highest honor. It's like, yeah, I'm the president's barber. So do you cut anybody else's hair? No, I don't.
Nah. So how much do you charge? Okay. So you're the president's barber. How much do you charge?
I want at least $2,000.
$2,000 per cut? Mm-hmm. Nah. Just give me a yearly salary.
I was just about to say, man, payroll $100,000 a year and travel, because I'm going wherever you going, because you're gonna be tight wherever you go.
Every day, like, I got you. Yeah,
matter of fact, I need a security clearance because I need to be on Air Force One with you.
Absolutely, yeah. You never know. You might get a cut for
that would be the blackest thing ever. Imagine having a barber chair on Air Force One with Barack Obama with the.
I'm pretty sure there is one.
I'm gonna say something.
I'm pretty sure too.
Imagine having a nail tech on Air Force One.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know I don't care what you say. Come inauguration, I want to see her in some French tips. That's all I want. That's all I want. What?
Yeah.
Embrace it. She's not running to be humble.
I know why.
She's running to be president. You know what? First of all, I don't know why, and I don't want to know why you know why. I don't want to know where your mind went. I don't want to know.
You know, and I know why.
I mean,
no, I don't.
Some things didn't change in the White House.
Okay, Dominique, we come to a point we have to determine whether or not we want to ask Jason to explain what he was just alluding to or not.
Oh, this
you think we
one's
should?
definitely off camera.
Oh, please do.
Definitely off camera.
Okay, well. Moving on.
I mean, if you're scared, say you're scared.
I'm not getting this channel.
Hey, you see that sky? It was like blue today. It was like super blue. Like, I've never seen such a blue sky.
He said, I'm happily married. I want to stay that way, and I want you to stay that way too. Hey, man. Hey, if you use Uber, make sure to charge your phone. Uber has been served with a lawsuit. You want to know what they found? They charge you more if your battery's dying.
Excuse me?
No, I'm serious. They
all the things.
Surge price. They charge you more if you're in a bad neighborhood, right?
Valid.
They charge you more at specific times of night, but we knew that because of surge, right?
Valid. Right.
But if your phone is like under like 20% or 25%, they charge you more.
How did they even know that?
All you need is two phones, one at 20%, one at 50%, going to the same location.
So what are they implying? You're more desperate at lower speeds to charge?
Yes.
That's fair.
I mean, if your phone is 10% if your phone is less than 10%, you're probably not going to care you're not going to care as much how much the Uber drive is than if your phone was at 50%. You know what I mean?
It's true.
It feels like a cash grab.
It is a cash grab.
It most certainly a cash grab. Cash grab. The ports had a $420 billion freaking profit over the last 6 years. Cash grab. I just thought it was funny.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any lower, like, because we're already getting to a point where it's like, what was it, the big story when airlines were charging, like, if you search for a flight one day and then you search that flight again, they raise the prices.
It's why I have a VPN right now.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like, that part is so weird to me. It's like, so you're going to charge me more because I searched that same flight again.
Here's the kicker.
Amazing.
They're going to charge you more if you search for that flight on a Friday or a Monday, as opposed to searching for that flight on a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
But I get that. I get that though. That makes sense.
It's the same thing.
Yes and no.
How?
People have more time on the weekends to search that kind of stuff. So you can. I get that. But charging me more for researching the same flight or vacation, like that's unconstitutional.
Let's be honest here for a second. We're not using the weekend to search for flights and stuff. We're doing that on the clock at work during the week. Let's be realistic here, okay?
I mean,
yes, you're right.
Heaven forbid we were trying to hide the fact that we don't work 8 hours a day, Jason. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he just exposed all of us. Like, oh, great.
Even the bosses BS during the day. I mean,
that's fair.
At some point in the day, they're on their phone checking their socials. Not working.
It is definitely capitalism at its finest.
Absolutely.
But look,
absolutely.
I can make the case for charging you more the second time, a better case for that than I can on the Monday/Friday thing, right? Because the second time you come, it would imply that there was a time lapse in between the two times. So there may be fewer seats.
Well, but then also, all in all, like the price for gas does change, doesn't it, Jason?
Say again?
The price for gas.
I'm gonna lean forward to hear you like you're not right in my ear.
Because you're black, that's why.
Yeah, you got to turn your music down in order to parallel park. Up. You know,
yeah, because you're black. That's why we all know. Listen, speak louder.
You turn down the music to smell if something's burning in your house. You know,
you turn down the music when you're backing into a spot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But what was the question? I'm sorry.
But yeah, gas prices fluctuate for airplanes, correct?
Yes. Yes and no. Depends on the airline.
What?
And when they purchase their gas, yes.
So, fun fact: Delta Airlines actually owns their own oil refinery.
That's smart.
Vertical integration.
That's smart.
They also supply a lot of jet fuel to American Airlines, JetBlue, and
vertical integration.
United.
Nice.
Here's the kicker, though. Delta Airlines and Delta Airlines or Delta Fuel, I can't remember the exact name of their fueling division, is two separate entities. So even though it's Delta Airlines fuel, they still charge to fill their own planes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Even though it's all under one roof.
Yeah.
The left hand is charging the right hand.
You gotta have a paper trail and taxes, all that other stuff.
Even though all the money's getting back to the same piggy bank, they're still charging.
No, you have to juke the accounting. That's
taxes.
Taxes.
Speaking of that, why do we get taxed so many times?
Because we need government.
Has anybody noticed food tax has gone up? At least in North Carolina?
Food tax is always going up. They always tell us about it. We always ignore it.
It's true. I ignored it until I had to pay it.
So, just real quick, went to Publix today to get some stuff to make dinner. Daughter made dinner tonight. It was fabulous, by the way. And I'm one of those. Hopefully, it's not just me. Mental math or calculate, I just add up how much it's going to be. So when I get to the register,
right?
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I'm not being overcharged,
right?
Because I like to let them check out,
right? Yeah.
But, we go to the line and obviously put the stuff.
I work too hard to ring up my own stuff.
Correct. Yeah. So mental math, added up everything, should have came up to $35. Get to the register, he's saying 49 and change.
That ain't taxes. That's not a different tax.
So granted, I did miss one item. Mentally, I did miss one item.
Okay.
When I get down to taxes, that one item that I'm missing was only equivalent to $7, $8. The rest of that was taxes.
Oof, Jesus.
Which I already accounted for.
Where were you?
Publix.
No. What city?
All day.
You're in Durham. Okay, so you had federal tax, you had state tax, and Durham probably has a cent and a half tax, which probably got increased recently. Go ahead.
And a food tax on the receipt. It says food tax.
Yeah.
You should have threw it at him.
I was already back in the truck. Like I'm now going through the receipt. Like something not adding up. Maybe I did miss something.
Mm-hmm.
It was bothering me. My daughter's like, "Dad, let's just go."
Yeah. No.
He said, "Where my $3 at? Where is my $3?"
Is a $15 difference.
Yeah.
That ain't taxes, man. That is not taxes. You missed something. Something you were supposed to get a discount somewhere that it didn't happen.
That's
correct. But Publix doesn't really do discounts. So it is what it is. But I did go through. The one item I was missing was $7 or $8.
Mm-hmm.
But the additional 4 to 5 was just straight taxes.
Well,
the food tax.
Granted, Publix does not do like discounts or like other stores, but sometimes if you use your number, and they automatically give certain things, and I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe something was off. Maybe the cashier is having an off day.
Okay, let me approach from a different perspective. Normally, there isn't a large enough tax increase on $35 to make that difference without it being well known, and they normally don't increase it that way. Like if there's going to be, because that sounds like a 2 or 3% increase per dollar, right? 35, it had to be like 10% increase on the dollar, and that's too much. Right.
That's first because I've never seen literal food tax on a receipt before.
No, man, you gotta check. You gotta check the card reader next. Make sure somebody's not skimming.
Yeah, that's possible as well. But yeah, that's possible as well. Very much so.
I didn't think about that. I didn't really think about that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, trust me. When the taxes associated with just buying stuff happens, people talk about it, right? I remember when Mecklenburg County increased their sales tax for food and stuff. I remember a long time ago when they added their first taxes for hotels and car rentals, right? Like they made a big deal of it because they wanted to let people know. People were upset, but like that's what we voted to do. And then y'all voted to do it. That's how we gonna keep revenue. It's either that or increasing property taxes or increasing income taxes. Like
the part of that irks me is you finally make good money, then everything goes up.
That ain't for the taxes though. That's for the inflation.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like, as a kid, you would hear conversations with like parents, uncles, aunties say, "My rent is blah 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 blah." You be like, "Okay, yeah, whatever." And then as you become an adult, you're like, "Yo, where's those $600 3-bedroom apartments at?"
Okay, since we're here,
where did that go?
When me and my wife first got married, our first apartment, which I thought was ridiculous at the time because it felt a little high. It was $740 a month. It was 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It's like 1,200 square feet, 1,300 square feet.
Yep.
I remember the days when rent was $700 for a 2-bedroom. Yeah, those were the days.
Oh man. Then I want to become an adult, and it's like, all right, yep. Rent is going to be $1,500-$1,600. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Dominique, if I could find $1,500 rent,
I know.
Right now.
Oh, believe me. I'm the same way too. But like, you know what? We're moving. We're renting this place out.
Dude, rent is ridiculous. Rent is wholly ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely.
Like we were looking for a house. We were looking to rent here in Texas. When we went and looked at this house, we got done. It's like so much. It was like $3,800. I said, for the year? For the year?
Yeah.
My G.
Look,
a month?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. There was a house in my neighborhood that somebody was renting out. They wanted like $2,800 a month. I was like, dude, I don't know.
That's average around here actually in Durham.
Yeah.
Which a mortgage is not too far off.
Well, nowadays it's not.
Yeah.
They're almost they almost go hand in hand at this point.
Yeah.
I will say there was a kind of perfect storm when we bought our house. I was greatly thankful of that situation. Very thankful of that situation.
It's rough in them streets, man. I had a job offer in Raleigh, right? I had a job offer in Cary.
Cary.
Hey, hold on. Right?
When I'm picking up from the airport.
Not now. No, it was like 2 years ago. I had a job offer here. Right? And I was considering it. And then I went there and I looked at the rental prices. I looked at the home prices first. I was like, no, won't be doing that. Then I looked at the rent prices. I was like, no, won't be doing that. So I was like, well, maybe if I just rent like a 1-bedroom and like drive up and back, I couldn't make the money work. And granted, this was a 6-figure job. It was barely over 6 figures. But I was like, I can't. Yeah. There's no way.
Well, because because regardless, even if you could make that 1-bedroom work, that's almost like having two homes, really. That's a lot.
Hey man, you want to?
This was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's definitely gone up since then.
I know. I met a guy here. I'm sending him to that company because I know the recruiter. She's a real good friend of mine now. Because he's trying to move. He's trying to move to Raleigh, Cary. So, but yo, you want something funny? I went to hang out with my parents this weekend, right? And my mom was like, "Yeah, so, we were talking about the longshoremen and the strike." And she was like, "Yeah, they get paid real good. They used to get paid so good that back in the day, they used to just have 2 families. That's how much they was getting paid in the same city." I was like, "Wait, what?" It's like, "Yeah, we used to live in Wilmington. The longshoremen, they used to have 2 families. They used to get paid. Jesus." I was like, she was like, "Yeah, 2 whole families, 2 whole households." I was like,
why?
Imagine having that kind of money. You're like, yeah, I can support 2 families, whatever, Like,
well, why would you?
Yeah, exactly. Like such the headache. Like, God,
one doesn't stress you out enough.
That's
Exactly.
what I said.
Look,
what's going on. What's going on, MJ? Yes,
that's the thing. Like with me and my wife, that's the running joke and definitely truth. It's like, why would I want another one of you? You're headache enough. I love you, but you're headache enough. Why would I add to that?
There's no reason. There's no reason. Yo, Solomon had a couple of 100 wives. I'm sorry. They say he was the wisest man to ever live. I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. There's no way. There's no way to justify
lustful man that ever
lived. Maybe they got the translation mixed up.
Right.
Look, your wife ever call you and whatever she's calling you about, you're like, what?
Yeah, all the time.
It's like
never happens to me. I'm good.
Shut up, Steve. Anyway,
I get the call. I'm like, "What's up, babe? What you need? We need to talk. What we need to talk about? Let's go."
It's only because she's watching right now. But okay,
that is a lie.
Yeah, we'll let that go.
Talk about.
But like, but do you want to multiply that by like however many women you can support? Like, dude, no.
Lady Sherelle in the comments, please. Can you shine some light on what this man just said?
What are you talking about? We've come to the point that we can have conversations and it be, we're not gonna kill each other no more. Now, 6 or 7 years ago,
they need to be studied. I'm
6, 7 years ago, like, come on, let's take a ride. Where are we going? We're going off the cliff. That's what we're going off the cliff. But now,
ride or die for real.
Yeah, no, it's a die out. We're not going.
They're special.
Wow. No, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying we have perfected it.
Right.
Not afraid of the conversations. Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow.
Hey, it's us against the world, baby.
It's fair.
And she is not the enemy. I am not the enemy. The issue is the enemy. As long as the issue is the enemy. Yeah, what you say?
It's all
kids are the enemy.
The little bundles of joy, my ass.
Right.
Yo.
Hey, no boo loving on podcast time. Oh, smoochy kisses and whatnot.
Let them do their thing, man. Young black love.
What was that?
Not
Steve?
young anymore, but you know, yeah.
What was that, Steve? When we first started podcast, it was like, "Welcome to the quiet storm."
On Foxy.
This is
107,
DJ,
104.
DJ Moonchild. We up in here.
Yo, that's what's wrong with society today. They don't do that no more.
Nah, man.
Hey, yo, and you're right. These kids, they ain't got no sexy voice. That's why they ain't got no chill.
They ain't got no.
If they had a sexy voice, they'd have some chill.
They really ain't got no. You know what was that? What was that word that they used to put out there? Riz. I'm like, yeah, I don't even know what that is, man.
First of all, anybody that uses Riz has no Riz at all. There's no reason to shorten that word in that way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, when I found out what it was, I was like, did you really shorten the word charisma? Like, wow.
So just for the viewers and maybe myself, can we define what that word actually means?
Sure. UrbanDictionary.com. Let's go.
No, do not. Your firewall cannot take it. Please, please don't. Please don't.
Did your lights just go out behind you?
It did. I saw it flicker. That man said Urban Dictionary and everything behind him.
You going on the dark web or something?
Hey, man.
We all about to get hacked, yo. Come on, man.
Hold on. Riz.
But yeah, it's short for charisma.
Oh,
that's
shoot.
That's it. It's short for charisma.
Yeah. We're still gonna put that. We're still gonna put this up.
Hey man, let me turn my firewall back on. You playing? You gonna put this on and infect my stuff? I ain't gonna be able to log on next week.
Another word for spitting game. How good you are with pulling. Oh. Dictionary has no chill.
I'm sorry, what? Hey man, take that off the screen, man. We don't see that. See, and that's why we don't talk like the kids these days. They don't, bro. Nah.
You know?
Yeah, they're not smooth at all.
They're not.
You know, I ask my son all the time. I'm like, hey man, how many girls you pulling at school now? He'd be like, well, I ain't got no girlfriend. I'm like, why not? Well, because you know, this one girl, like he goes off into this tangent, and it's just like, what? Like I don't quite understand these kids nowadays. I'm like, so you guys, and you know, I took my son and his friend to the house the other day, and I was just like, yeah, so y'all ain't got no dances, nothing. You know, school don't do nothing for y'all anymore. They're like, nah. I'm like, what's really going on here?
There's too many shootouts at those events. That's what.
That's true.
That's a shame.
In Dominique's mind, I can hear his mind. Dominique's listening to his son. He's going, man, you ain't got no game. You are sullying my name and reputation. I need for you to get it together.
I need you to represent, homie. I really need you to represent. You out here.
It'll happen in this time, man. It'll happen in
I ain't got 2 Teslas for you out here without no females.
Well, I mean,
I'm out here doing well for you. So when you get out the car, they be like, oh, who daddy just pulled up in a Tesla? Oh, that's Mari's dad. Okay. Like, come on, man.
Hey, you be like, hey man, you ain't got no girls, you don't need no car. What you need a car for?
Good point. Very good point.
I'm sorry, that's better to be.
But it's true. It's like, what was our reason for driving or learning how to drive when you know at 16?
Oh, because my parents told me straight up they want my taxi.
Yeah, that's yes.
Okay, yeah, that's
yes.
True too. That's part of it.
Hey,
that's
the
first reason.
You want to do stuff after school?
I'm right there.
Work? You better find your own transportation.
I'm right there. I am right there, bruh. Oh my God. I want to go to the gym. Pat and Charlie. What you got a bicycle? You got a bicycle? What?
See, now at least you guys had that here. I had to take a bus for like 2 hours in order to do that.
Is that because you were in Germany?
Yes, like the transit system was really good, but where we lived was like so far off base that it just took that long for me to get to wherever I was getting to.
Commitment that builds character.
Yeah, it built a whole lot of character.
whole lot of character.
Look, okay,
Oh, man.
story time. I was working at Taco Bell. That was my first like job. It was on base. This is why I know. This is why I know so much about Taco Bell. That's why when people
and you still eat there.
Hey, flag on the play.
Because I know how they make the stuff. That's why I'm okay with it. And it's actually
that's the point. So you know what's in the stuff, and you still eat the stuff.
It's still one of the healthiest fast food places that you could eat at. Look it up.
BS.
Whoa.
Look it up.
Whoa.
Taco Bell.
For everybody out there,
sell
y'all
tacos and stuff.
Yep.
Where they sell cinnamon taquitos. Taco Bell. We talking about the same place?
Yes.
Yo quiero Taco Bell?
Yes.
With a little chihuahua.
Go on.
Anyway, I was working at Taco Bell, and that was my first job. Didn't really like it anyway because I was like, manual labor. Are you like serious? But I was scheduled to work, and I said, I ain't going to work. I'm going home. So I took the school bus home, and my manager at the time called me and was like, hey man, you coming in for your shift? I was like, nah. He was like, well, we're going to have to fire you, right? I was like, and now the only problem was my dad, who worked at the movie theater on base. When he does his paperwork, he goes into the food court in order to do his paperwork, which is right behind Taco Bell. So my dad also got me a job at Taco Bell. Granted, it hit me, and I was like, you know what? I probably should go in.
You stupid.
Yeah, I probably should go. And I winded up going in because he was like, well, if you don't want to get fired, you need to be here in the next blah blah. And I was like, at that point, I think I sobered up, and I was like, okay, well, it's gonna take me 2 hours to get there because I gotta take city transit. Basically, I got there like maybe an hour and a half right before closing time. Yeah, it was. So
you didn't want to call in sick? You didn't think about that, did you?
Dude, I didn't think about that at the time. I was 15. I didn't care. I played basketball. I was on the basketball team. My grades were decent. Like, I didn't care.
You cared about that whooping you were gonna get if you got fired.
That's the only thing that saved them that day. That's the only thing that made me show up.
15 or not, he would have came home with the wrath of God.
Well, you out here embarrassing me?
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly Taco Bell streets.
No. It's not even about that. How you get fired from Taco Bell? Of all places.
I was eating too many taquitos, Dad.
And then on top of that, bro, man, look, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this was at a time where, like I said, 15. The worst job they could have put me on was doing dishes. I despised the dishes.
You work at Taco Bell. What else can you do?
I made food. I ran the register.
Wasn't everything in bags though?
Yes. Yes.
Make what? So you mean microwave?
What? No, I'm saying if they in bags, what dishes you washing?
Well, so you got
I didn't think about that.
The sour cream squirter.
The
cheese, because the cheese was in that too. Then you had some other stuff. Yeah, you had some other stuff. I can't remember at the time.
So you ain't scrubbing no pot.
Nah, ain't nobody scrubbing no pot.
So just pretty much metal pans that you were just
pretty much. Yeah, pretty
easy
much.
stuff. Okay.
Yeah, easy stuff. Look, like I said, I was 15. So
all right.
Yeah, totally different. Totally different.
Steve, I'll let you take this one. I see it brewing.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I was. Okay. No, I'm good. I'm gonna let that ride. It's Taco Bell. He was 15. That was in Germany, right?
Yeah.
They had Taco Bell in Germany.
Yeah, it's food court, military installation.
Hey, who's playing with Craig? Who's playing with Craig? Is trying to build a clubhouse of boxes. Yo, side note. So I was watching Friday, like the extended cut, and they was talking about, the deleted scenes. There's a deleted scene where Isaiah is running away with boxes.
Mm-hmm.
He's the reason why Craig got fired on his day off, because he stole the boxes. I don't know if you've seen that.
Wait, was it the homeless dude that act like he got ran over? Dang.
There's a bonus scene at the beginning of it that has Megan Good in it. She's sitting down, she's talking to some kid, and you see Isaiah run by her with boxes in his hand, just hauling. Those are the boxes that got stolen. Those were the boxes that got stolen. They fired Craig Gold.
Oh man, that's messed up, yo.
Yeah, sorry. Squirrel thought.
That's messed up.
It is messed up. Hey man. What's the craziest old man injury you've had?
Ooh, I sneezed and my back locked up. I was so upset. I sneezed and my back says, and I was like, and I was stuck. I couldn't do nothing.
God bless you takes on a whole new meaning.
Yo, that thing was that thing was no joke. I was pissed. I was so upset.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I had a friend who sneezed and he cracked a lung. Not a lung. He cracked a rib. He cracked a rib.
What?
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah. He's allergic.
Yeah.
Himself?
Oh man.
Apparently. Shoot.
Yeah, when my back locked up, like I had to sit like that for at least 10 minutes. I didn't move, I didn't do nothing. My wife came in, she was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I sneezed." She was like, "You're getting old." I'm like, "Nah, I ain't getting old, man. Whatever, get out my face. Go on somewhere."
I have two. Threw my back out getting out of the bed. Literally. 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot on the bed. Went to stand up. Face first.
Oh no.
Face first. Nothing
Crash
grab
out.
just boom. Pimp down.
Pimp in distress.
Pimp down. Hard. Actually went back to sleep.
Yeah.
Since I'm down here, I'm just gonna go to sleep.
Went back to
Get
sleep.
it.
Second time, I was talking to the porcelain gods. And back went out.
No.
Oh.
Home by myself.
Oh no.
Hey man, that's a long meeting right there, buddy. That's a long meeting right there.
It was maybe almost 3 hours before somebody came home, before the wife came home.
Your legs were probably dead.
Oh, done. Done. I was Bambi. I was just done.
Oh man.
Almost.
That's
family gets home. It's like, why would you ever leave me at home by myself ever again? Like, what's your problem?
Hey.
That's one of my fears, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
it's
crazy.
for them to come home and find me no longer here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my fears. I don't want them to find me like that.
That's a decent fear.
Because I know they would never forgive themselves.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
I've kind of got a fear kind of like that. It's driving in the car with my kids and get into an accident and like I pass, but my two youngest are sitting in the back seat asking for help or something. Like that's
why I have Apple Watch.
Yeah, it's I can just because I mean they are partners in crime, like for everything. Like so I can I imagine them walking down this road or something. Hey, can you help me? Something like that, and it's just like I can't.
Dude. While we're talking about it, there's the Eye Health Vitals. It's supposed to be a good app for your Apple Watch. Eye Health Vitals. It's supposed to be really good. It's supposed to like the regular Apple stuff tracks your sleeping, your arrhythmia, and all that good stuff. It's supposed to track it in the way that when things become abnormal, it will tell you. And people are starting to say that they've noticed that those notifications come like right before they get sick, like they catch a virus or a cold or something, right? They're saying they got notifications before they got sick, and then they got sick, right? Like the vitals was like, hey, something's off, and then a couple days later they'd be like, oh my God, I'm taking days off of work. So this is a FYI.
Are we sure that's not something mental?
No, I don't count it as such, and I'll tell you why. Right, so if you track, it can track breathing, blood, O2 if you got the right watch, and a bunch of other vitals, right? And so in the aggregate, it puts it together to create a baseline of normalcy for you. And as your vitals diverge from that baseline of normalcy, they can tell you, hey, it's like when your watch says that your heart's beating too fast, right? And it asks you, are you exercising, right? Because it knows that your heart normally beats in this range. And when it's above that range, it wants to know. Because if you're not exercising, it wants to tell you that you're having a cardiac event. Yeah, that sort of thing. Well, this app takes all of that information and puts it in an aggregate, and it says this is your baseline, so that when you deviate from that baseline, it can tell you you deviated from it so that you can know, right? And so I'm working on it now. It has to have like a week's worth of data before it can start telling you stuff. But it's for that reason I have an Apple Watch. It's for that reason my mother has an Apple Watch. Yeah, like the fall detection, crash detection.
Yeah,
it's
crash detection.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, it's really easy technology, but it's just something that hasn't been implemented. Basically, our phones and our watches, they have like a piece of wizardry in it, where if it detects the G forces or whatever, and when it detects a certain amount of G forces, it automatically notifies your.
It's called an accelerometer.
Yeah. Well, yeah, your accelerometer, but it notifies your what's the thing called, the person.
Your emergency contact.
Yeah,
right?
Your emergency contact.
If you'll notice, your Apple Watch, your Apple Watch will tell you if there was a sound that's too loud.
90 decibels.
90 decibels. Right. It will tell
which
you.
Which series Apple Watch is this?
Everything after 4.
Ah, okay. That's why.
There it is. That's the only reason why I upgraded, because I was like, you know what? I was.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why I got my mama 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the sound level, of course, the fall detection, right? Like it puts all that stuff together. Like if it hears a large sound and you got that large jolt in G-force, it will ask you, like, were you in a crash?
Well, right? I do have fall detection.
Yeah, because that was on the 3. Yes.
Yeah.
That's simple, right? But
that works.
Yes, it does.
It works.
Yes, it does. But yeah, it's very useful. My old man, I've got 2. I tore my meniscus getting out of the car one day.
Ooh.
Yeah, like I was driving, I was getting out of the car, it was raining. I got out of the car, I set one foot out because I didn't, we're young, 1 foot as opposed to 2. Set one foot out, my other foot hit the ground, and as soon as it did, my leg did this. Done for. I bruised my tailbone. This was a little bit funnier. So I was upstairs in my kid's room. We were playing a video game. I'm sitting in the chair backwards, right? The back of the chair is facing this way. It's one of those little rolly chairs. It looks like an office chair, but like one of the cheap ones you get from Walmart. So I'm sitting in the chair, playing the game, all that good stuff. I'm hyped in the game, whatever. I don't know how it happened, but I was sitting in the chair and I did this, boom, and I fell through the wall. I put a hole in the wall and I bruised my tailbone. Yep. And I just laid there, kind of like you, Jason. I just laid there. They were like, "Dad, are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay." They're like, "Are you gonna get up?" "No, I'm good right here. I'm good right. Can you bring me a blanket, please?"
My pride is a little. hurt, but it's
Through the wall.
Yeah. I'll put a hole with the big in the wall, bro.
That's a double whammy.
Well,
Not only are you hurt, but now you got to repair the wall. As fathers, we're not concerned about how much pain we're in.
Right now.
We're concerned about how much
How
the
much
wall
cost?
costs to fix.
How much it costs? How much it costs? How much it costs?
Yeah.
Yo, that's so funny. Yo, kids be like they be like, oh, I say, okay. Sam had a game. He was mad at the game because things didn't go the way he wanted to. Guy hit him in the face, whatever. He left the game, went to the locker room, and he hit the wall. Bam! He came out. Oh man, my hand. There's something wrong with my hand. I was like, yeah, you probably got a hairline fracture. You know, he's like, yeah, I think we should go to the hospital. Nope, not going to the hospital. I think we should go to urgent care. I think we should go to urgent care. No, I don't think we're going to urgent care either. Nope. So why not? Because they're gonna charge me $50 up front and $300 on the bill,
and then give you an aspirin.
And they're going to charge me $60 for an aspirin to tell me what I already know. You don't punch stationary objects. You just don't, because when you do, you get hairline fractures that take 2 to 3 weeks to heal. That's it. That's what it is.
Good question. Yep. Was he at school?
No, he was at the Y.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, yeah, you don't do that.
No, thank you.
I always sober up right before I get to that moment.
Okay, we're here. What's the maddest you've ever been?
We
freestyling now, y'all. You're welcome. What's the maddest you've ever been?
I'll let Don go first.
What made you mad, if you could tell us, and what did you do?
I'm trying to remember. Like, so what's weird for me is like the way my parents raised me. It was just like, no matter how mad you are, you need to come to your senses. And it's just like, I can get up there, but it's like right before I act on it, it's like, all right, I need to come down. So it's like I don't go over the edge. It's really weird. I
can't go into details. I came down when I was in holding.
God.
Yeah, I was in holding.
God.
On a Friday night.
No, that means you were in there all weekend. God. My old coworker used to say on Fridays when we would leave work, he was like, "Don't get arrested. It's Friday. You'll be in there until Monday."
Hey,
that's good advice.
That's a real game time decision, man, because you have to think about those things.
It'll
be a long weekend, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is obviously before wife and kids. Family thought I just went out of town. I forgot to tell them, so they had no clue.
Who bailed you out, or did they just release you?
My brother.
Hey, what was that phone call like? That's what I want to know. Yeah. Yeah.
He was there. He
ran. Dang. Oh, dang.
Oh, he ran. Oh, God.
He ran. I was still in the moment. I was still in the moment. Yeah.
I mean, hey, if he wasn't there and if he didn't run, he wouldn't have been able to bail you out.
Oh no, I wasn't mad at him. We had an understanding.
Yeah.
Somebody has to go tell the story.
It's true.
Yeah, and he wasn't trying to catch the assault charge. I did. So I didn't get charged with the battery, surprisingly, but
it's fair.
Wait a minute, what's the difference?
Ooh, I actually just learned this.
Really?
So assault is you walking up in somebody's space. The battery is the actual act of hitting them. So like everybody has a bubble per se. And if you come into my bubble threatening me, that's assault. Oh. And then hitting me is the battery.
So what if I'm outside of your bubble, but I knock you out? Is it just battery?
Probably just battery.
It's not only is it just battery, but it's also a
attempted murder. Attempted
Class D felony.
No. What you call that? It's a tryout for the NBA, because clearly your wingspan got to be like stupid.
Long arm of the law, baby. They've been calling me that since 1994.
Yeah, it's so weird that you asked that question because I was just scrolling through Instagram and some guy was actually explaining that, like a martial arts guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I learned that the hard way. The judge explained it to me.
What's the difference, Judge? Like, just go sit in the cell. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Now that you asked. Oh man. Let's see.
But yeah, I definitely caught. I don't know how, but I got away from the battery charge, even though dude was in the hospital. Heavy. He was in the hospital for over a month. Yeah.
Well, okay. If I remember correctly, one of the times that I've got the maddest, and it wasn't like an immediate repercussion. It was like over time, and it was just like I think me and a girlfriend had just broken up because I found out like she was cheating on me, and I was just like, you know what? Don't nobody care.
Wait, what?
No, basically, I was like,
whoa.
I was like, wait, you know what? Don't nobody care about me. So you know what? I'm about to start playing these girls. And it's like in high school.
He didn't say girls, but go ahead. He did not say girls, but go ahead.
He didn't.
I didn't. And after that, I think my sophomore year to my junior year, it was just like, you know what? I had a girlfriend for a day. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna play this one against that one. Like I just didn't care at that point. And yeah, that's like one of the maddest I ever got.
That's some real light skin moves right there.
After you turn 13, it's not girlfriend for the day, Dominic. You need to find another term. We all know what that means. Go on. We all know what that means.
Hey, this is a PG show, okay? All right.
It is.
But yeah, that was like one of the maddest I've ever gotten. It's just,
okay.
It's just like I just didn't care.
I'm gonna tell you about the day I almost got stabbed over Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
What?
MJ, if you're still watching, you can verify this. All right, so
oh god,
I was in college at A&T. Me and my three brothers.
That's where you went wrong.
Michael. No, it was
that's where you went wrong.
A&T. That's where you went wrong.
We had a house, we had a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house right across from campus, right? I was working at the time in American Express. It was graveyard shift, right? I was making good money for the time. I was like $35,000. And this is like back in almost like 2003, 4.
Mm-hmm. You bought
whatever. Yeah, 2003, right? Mm-hmm. So I work the night shift. I come home, I eat, I take a quick nap, and I go to class, right? Now, keep in mind, I'm working. My brothers are not working. I have a problem with it. But I buy groceries. I buy groceries for everybody, right?
Second mistake.
I don't have a problem with that as well. I only have 2 requests. When I come home from work, I need to have a croissant, a sausage croissant, right? Because I buy croissants and the little sausage bag you put in the microwave, you put it inside the croissant, you're good to go. Mm-hmm. And a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Everybody knows this. Them's the rules. So, here I come home. That's what it is. This particular day, I come home. Been a long day at work, long day at class the day before. I come home. My brothers and their friends are at the house. Now, I get off at 4. I get home at 5. These black people were awake playing Madden on my Onkyo 5.1 500-watt system at 5 o'clock in the morning, which I kind of had a problem with, but it's college, so whatever. I'm just trying to go to sleep after I eat my breakfast.
Third mistake.
So I go to my room, I take my shower, I change my clothes. I come back to make my breakfast. I open the refrigerator. There was milk. I go to the box of cereal. There was a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch that had 1 crunch in it. I lost my mind. I
One
lost
square?
it. I lost. It had one singular square in it. I lost my mind.
At least they ain't the last one.
I lost.
No. You might as well have. You should just get rid of the box. Like, why would you have a box
with a single square? The funny thing is, the square wasn't even in the plastic bag. It was out of the plastic bag, underneath the plastic bag. So they had like eaten it and put it back in the square, like fell down. I lost. All I remember is being outside, running around my car, and my brother had a knife. That's all I remember.
Wait, which brother?
Will.
Oh, really?
I think it was Will.
Really? I don't see that coming from Will. Interesting.
I faintly remember kicking everybody out of the house. I faintly remember saying something about me working and y'all eating up all the food and the only thing
all the hog maws.
I like pigs.
All chicken.
Bruh.
Why every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen?
Oh my God, that's what it felt like. Oh, I was so mad.
Does it feel the same way with kids now?
Huh?
Does it feel the same way with kids now?
No. Well, yes. No. So my kids.
Well, say it, Dominique. Tell them.
I make lemonade, right? And they'll leave that last swallow, and I'm just like, who did it? Whoever did it, just make some more. Like, I don't care what you're doing, go make some more, because that's selfish. That's messed up.
You still mad? I can see it.
Because they do it all the time, and I'm like, why would you
like that? I got more Kool-Aid. I got more sugar. Why is there only a teaspoon of lemonade?
Right. Like, and my 13-year-old would be like, well, it all couldn't fit in the cup. Like, then take a sip, then put some more in there. Like, finish it off. I'd rather it not be in there than it sit there and tease me.
Nobody makes lemonade like you.
Uh-oh.
No. That's what the kids would say. I guess I should add a little context to that.
I ain't know where you was going with that one, bro.
Nowhere.
About Northampton County, you could have been anywhere. Could have been anywhere.
No, that's what my kids tell me. They can't get it. They can't make it hard.
You better learn today. And speaking of like making like lemonade, Kool-Aid, and stuff like that, I always use hot water to mix it. It mixes better. Mixes way better. The sugar actually dissolves.
Did he freeze?
I think he's frozen.
No, there's movement there.
I don't see movement.
Yeah, there's movement.
I don't see movement.
If not, he's executing his mom challenge very well.
Very well. But yeah, well, until he comes. Yeah, I was about to say until he comes back. But yeah, when I make my Kool-Aid and stuff, I use hot water. I dissolve it very well. And
I heard that makes it better.
It does. It makes it way better. But that's the same reason why you get sweet tea the way you do.
Right.
So
it's brewed hot.
Yeah, and it keeps it sweet longer. So it's like, you've ever drank like Kool-Aid and it's like not really sweet at the top, but then towards the bottom it really starts to get sweet. No. If you use hot water, it disperses better.
I don't think I've had Kool-Aid as an adult. What? Last time I had Kool-Aid, I was a teenager.
So this is one of the things that for me, I make sure my kids get that experience because, when they get into high school and college and whatnot, you have like other Black friends and you're talking about the Black experience.
Mm-hmm.
They have something to reference. So that way they can never say, well, yeah, I've never had Kool-Aid before. I don't want my kids to have that like.
Right. The awkward moment. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, no. You had oodles and noodles. You've had Kool-Aid, I mean, I haven't like turned on the oven. Like, we've never not had heat where I had to open the oven and, stuff like that.
But like, they know how to make grits.
Right. You know, it's like, yeah, you got to have the Black experience to a certain
Mhm.
point, to a certain degree. So then that way, you know, when you do have those conversations, you can be like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, I get it. Like, same with my son. I got to get him on, you know, the Black movies. He's got to watch the Black staples.
Right.
So when they get referenced, he's like, oh, I know that one. All right, cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you don't want to be that guy and be like, wait, I've never seen Friday. It's like, wait, what do you mean you've never seen Friday? Like, you gotta see Friday.
There's certain movies that you gotta watch as a staple.
Yeah.
There he is.
Hey man, we thought you froze. Like we thought you were doing like the mime challenge, and it was like,
The
dude,
mannequin challenge. Yeah.
you're winning, definitely winning.
Someone pulled the plug on you.
So I've got Comcast, Xfinity,
Mm.
and I don't know if it's Comcast's fault this time or not. What I do know is they're putting in AT&T fiber. They came in, dug up my yard, put all the fiber down earlier. I was like, hey, don't clip no lines because I work from home. Like, we got you, sir. We got you. Don't clip. You know, I gave them the whole spiel, the whole day, never without internet. Just a second ago, my internet went out, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm on my hotspot right now, so it's all good.
Oh, dang, that's quick.
So they're not working this late, are they?
Must be.
Fiber is putting in fiber is a whole thing, and
they put Google Fiber in my neighborhood, and I've thought about switching over, but I'm actually curious to see the reliability of Google Fiber.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Go ahead, Jason.
I love Google Fiber.
Well, Dominique? but you guys have had it. You guys have had it. You guys have had it for a minute.
Well, I don't have it here at this new house.
Oh, okay.
I had it at the old house. They literally just came this past weekend, and all you're seeing is Google Fiber trucks up and down the street. Everybody's getting it because Spectrum here sucks.
Yeah, but that's also because North Carolina is such a tech hub now, like Kansas City.
Right.
So you know they're trying to put it everywhere. But I mean, I'll give them about a year and a half, hopefully, to work their stuff out. And then be like, all right, cool, maybe because I mean my AT&T fiber is like $80 a month. Me
you got AT&T fiber, you're fine.
Yeah, me switching to Google Fiber is like $70 a month, and I've never had a problem with Google Fiber. Like here, it's been rock solid.
You mean AT&T fiber?
Yeah, AT&T fiber. Yeah, it's been rock solid so far.
Are you up and down the same speed?
About.
Mainly, you're up. Is you're up like over 850?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Google AT&T fiber does the thing.
So with
wait a minute,
hey,
what you doing with that white baby?
Oh my god!
There's something you need to tell me.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
We just finished talking about having two families.
Oh
Dominique, is there something you need to tell us?
Hey, he's got green eyes too.
Dominique is the help. You was kind. You was smart. You was important.
I'm gonna find out that ain't Dominique's house. That ain't even his house. He ain't just good for the kids.
He's stupid.
The Manny.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Yo, y'all need help. Y'all need some help, man.
Oh man.
Okay.
That one took me out. And with that, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
We want to thank you for tuning in to Fear the Hive, episode 52. Your host, Dom, Steven, and myself. You all have a blessed night. Please like and subscribe.
Oh my God.